Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or dead at night as it may be. Welcome to the Racing Six channel. This is Crash with you live for qualifying for the Grand Prix now. Let's see. So we know the starts. Some barrier repairs are being taking place right now. Some of the support races had crashes, so start qualifying is going to be late. We don't have when that delay will be, but we got time. Take a look at the decision documents. All right, two documents that we car 87. This is Ollie Behrman. So deemed potentially dangerous on a straight between turn 3 and 4. That was a 5-second time penalty, 1 penalty point. So that would be for Ollie Behrman. And then the other one, car 30 causing a collision. This is again Behrman and Oliver. And ultimately, they've decided that, you see, Liam got a 5-second time penalty and 1 penalty point as a result of that. So those are our decision documents coming out of the sprint race. So there we go. Yeah, qualifying is delayed. We don't have a time yet for when qualifying will start. Again, they're fixing barriers and whatnot. So I want to thank everyone who's here right now. Those who are in Twitch chat, those are in YouTube chat. Thank you so much. Now we got a 5-minute delay. It's 15:05, so that'll be about five minutes or so. It's interesting. The Prince of Monaco is here in the Ferrari garage. That makes sense. I mean, he's in there behind Charles Leclerc's car, so that makes sense. I've had longer delays at airports. Not here in the United States, unfortunately. Anyways, moving on. We got Ayla, we've got Nico Dem, we've got Scholastic Turtle here in Twitch. We've got Mikey, we've got Siddhartha. Paul is here, Shay's here. Paula, Mikey. Anyone else is in green here? Those are the couple people who are in green. They've joined the channel. Why delay? Basically, there is the track is being repaired. Barriers were there was crashes in a support race, and one of the barriers was hit apparently, and so they've got to fix that barrier before they can continue. It looks like it's probably like a Tech Pro barrier. So the Williams are at the front of the line already, with almost like 4 minutes to go. They're going to sit. Yeah, they're happy to sit out and let their tires cool for 4 minutes before Q1 starts. So we got a few minutes here. We've got about 974 followers on Twitch. Looking to maybe get that to 1,000 this weekend. That'd be cool. About 26 followers away from that. That's a cool number to reach. We've got 147, 923. So we've got 78 more subscribers on YouTube to get 148,000. So that'd be another good number to reach this weekend. Cyber's still fixing. Yeah, that's what I don't know. Okay, so basically, the stewards penalized both Lawson and Behrman in the incident. Yeah, so they said that basically Lawson was at fault for the contact. They also gave Lawson they deemed the Haas was at fault. Behrman was at fault. And then they also gave Lawson for having caught. This is going to be an interesting weekend with the stewards, it looks like. Trying to see anything about Borletto went out late in the sprint. He brought out the last flag. And there was a lot of damage to his car. So that's I've yet to see anything about his car as of yet. About maybe a minute to 30 seconds before 1 minute right now before Q1 starts. Again, this is Grass with you live. We are here with our coverage of qualifying. We have Williams at the pit lane. Haas has now gone out. 30 seconds to go. So Alpine has got next. Minutes on the board for qualifying one. No tire restrictions, so they can use any tire they want. Q1 has started with, again, Sainz, Albon, Hulkenberg, and then Beerman. So I don't see Borletto out. He may not. He took a lot of damage to his car again. Max has a 5 place penalty. That's because he has a engine component. Second time he's taken the engine component, so that's rather than being 10, it's a 5 place drop. Beerman, Ocon, Colapino, Gasly, Lawson, and then Oscar. Colapino and both Oscar, both the two that went out early in I think lap 7 that brought out the red flag. Hulkenberg was also involved in that incident, but he managed to get back his car on track, though without his wing. Was repaired, and his back wing was repaired as well. Agra, what's going to happen is that after qualifying, a five place grid penalty will apply to Max's starting position. So Alcman Bierman starting to see first flying laps right now. Again, in this format, what we're using, there's no tire restriction. Use any tire, so we're seeing mix of soft and mediums. 18 minutes on board for Q1, 15 minutes for Q2, and then 12 minutes for Q3. So I'm like, what did they change the parts? Because the engine, Max goes through engines. It's not unusual to go above the engine allotment. That's something we've gone to a 24 race schedule, and I think the rules, as like in terms of the technical idea, really is for like 16 in that regards. So it's not unusual to see the top these top drivers to basically take more than the allotment. No Barlow at all. The question is, Barlow will be allowed. I mean, he'll be allowed to race if he doesn't go out for qualification, and that's because he's done a representative lap in practice and in quality, the sprint quality, and the sprint itself. So um, it could very easily that Bartolo's pit lane start because they're just repairing the whole damn car. Yeah, in this format, they are allowed to what's that, guys? All right, sorry about that. So right now we have Norris on top of the board with a 110 404. Hamilton just went to the top of the board 110 233. There we go. Lawson is third. He's up 310. Bayman is fourth with a 431. We've yet to see Hugman, Russell, Antonelli. Max is fifth, now sixth, because Hulkenberg just went to third, 242. We will see track evolution this weekend. That is something that is in play here. It did rain this morning, and we did have the race, but it's still a green track because of the weather. This car good. you think Max can put on a great show on the race? Yes, he will. I think if Max can get overtakes done, he will. Again, these are banker laps right now. I know this Oscar right now is 1.6 back. That's not a very good lap. He's currently in the pits, but again, this is a format where you can go in. There are 18 minutes. We're only 11 minutes left to go. Right now, where we're at, we got Russell Antonelli on a flying lap. It looks like Lawson is on a flying lap, and Behrman's on a flying lap. So Lawson just went fourth. Russell's second. Here comes Alonso and Antonelli. Antonelli goes to the top board with 110.192. Here comes Behrman. Behrman to the top of the board, 109.891. Gasly's the next around. He's on an outlap. Sainz next across the line. They are also on an outlap. Those who are on flying laps right now. No, not Lawson. Norris would be. Leclerc, Stroll, Alonso, and Isaac. Sainz, Gasly, Tsunoda. I think Oscar might be again, and Colpino. Down to 14. So right now, Alonso is the driver at risk. Sainz, Gasly, Oscar, Colpino, Borrello are the drivers in the drop zone. It's very likely that we won't see Borrello. He'll be starting most likely P20 as a result. And most likely, I'm also willing to predict he's going to be a pit lane start. So Stroll just went third, and Alonso came in behind him. 330 and 335, respectively, are the gaps. Norris to 6. Gasly to second, 225, fastest second sector. Behrman has the fastest second sector, and Isaac's the fastest third sector. Sainz to 13th out of the drop zone. So that puts Colpino, the driver, at risk. Albon, Ocon, Tsunoda, Oscar. But Oscar right now is going to finish his lap, goes second. 37,000 behind Behrman. So that puts Colpino in the drop zone. Max is a driver at risk. Albon is now the third. That drops Max in the drop zone. Max right now coming out of the pits. Again, we got 7 minutes and 42 seconds left to go, so we've got plenty of time to make one or two laps, effectively. So right now, Sainz is the driver at risk. We got Max, Colpino, Ocon, Tsunoda in the drop zone. Max on an out lap, Colpino on a cool down lap. Max right now is coming around the turn 14 to 15 into the DR zone before the start finish line, and he's going to start a flying lap. Because Albon right now is third. He's on a cool down lap, and he's going to pit. So is Oscar. That leaves Hulkenberg, Hamilton, Verstappen on track right now. Max right now doing what looks like his flying lap right now. Didn't start the lap great, but did improve in sector 1. So he's now in sector 2. Hamilton and Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg is 11th. Hamilton is 8th. Currently, Max right now is 16th in the drop zone. He's improving in his time. Not a great. Max is not improving in his time in sector 2. Give a good idea where that time comes in. There's a 36.4. So he's a second off. It looks like did he abandon it? Is it just a bad lap or did he abandon the lap? That's interesting. It's a bad sector 2. He's improving in sector 3. He's 7. Yeah, he didn't improve. Last lap with a 1:10.727, and it's not his best lap is a 1:10.681, so he doesn't improve in his time. So what happened in sector 2? Yeah, that's crass to say X person should go into the wall. Nice. There we go. Having a moment with the internet at the moment. All right, so here we go. We got Max is still on track. He's on his cooldown lap. We've got Norris, Russell, Lawson, Stroll, Isaac, Leclerc, Ocon, Albon, Sainz, and Gasly all coming out. Yeah, Max is in trouble right now. Why does Max have a penalty? He's got a 5-place grid penalty that will be applied after qualification because he's got a new engine component. This is the second time he's taken this penalty, so rather than being 10, is only 5. There we go. I want to thank everyone who's in Twitch chat. I want to thank everyone who's in YouTube chat. Max just crossed the line. He's going slow. So this might be a second go around for Max. So he's got time. He's got 3 minutes to go left in the session. So enough time for Max to go around and then do a flying lap. Norris right now taking fastest first sector. Right now, Sainz is the driver at risk. Verstappen, Colpino, Ocon, Tsunoda are the drivers in the drop zone. Bortoletto looks like will not be taking part in qualification. So he's going to start P20. It's more likely not just P20, but also a pit lane start, given the amount of work they're probably going to have to do on that car. Just happened with Bierman. So we're seeing some oddity with cars coming out of the pits. We're getting a stop signal that's not actually correct. Like Hulkenberg right now is Yeah, they're getting a weird. I'm getting a weird stop signal on the board. That's not actually the case. They're coming out of the pits. Norris just did a purple lap, fastest in sector one, sector two, sector three. It's 109.656. He's Beerman is next. Oscar's third. So 235, 272, 279 for Beerman, Oscar, and Russell. P1, P2, P3, P4. Again, right now our concern is who is in the drop. Who is the driver at risk? Drivers at risk. Sainz is 15th right now on a flying lap. Max is still on. It's coming around with a minute and change to go. Clerk just jumped to fourth, so he's out of the range, the danger zone. Ocon just goes to goes to the 15th. Driver at risk, very much at risk. Alonso moves up one, doesn't affect the board. Here comes Tsunoda. Tsunoda's on a flying lap. And he only goes up to 18th, so he's going to be out. Sainz moves up to 12th. That puts Ocon down into 16. He's going to be out. So we're looking at Max and Colapino right now, the two drivers. Colapino is on his flying lap. He's about to finish the lap. He only gets up to 17th. So we know Barlow, Tsunoda, Colapino, Ocon are out. Max is the next. If he gets out, he will drop Hulkenberg. A bad qualification for one of two teams. Here comes Max. Wow. Wait. Oh, what? 16th. And Max is the first car to take the flag. I mean, that's it. This is wow. This is crazy. Max is out in Q1. I can't believe I'm saying this. This is a what did we just witness? I'm not sure what we witnessed. Something has gone wrong. Max complained about having no grip. Wow, this is huge. This is huge, huge, huge. What happened to Max and quali yesterday in the sprint early? I don't know. He's not the. They've just not have any success at all. Bartolo is going to be out. He did not even get into his car. So what is likely right now is that Max will take a 5 grid penalty. It will put him effectively 20th, but I suspect Borletto will take a grid, will be a pit lane start. So that will put Max effectively 19th on the grid. That will put Tsunoda up. So effectively the grid is going to look like Ocon's 16th, Colapino 17th, Tsunoda 18th, Max will be most likely 19th, and Borletto a pit lane starts effectively 20. No, yeah, Max Tears, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, guys, don't be taunting people. That's gross. There's no reason to taunt. No, there's no. So again, we are between Q1 and Q2. Again, you're listening to the Race Statistics channel. We just had a moment here of What the heck? Max Verstappen is out in Q1. Something has gone wrong with Red Bull this weekend. Now, Max fans, have a moment. Don't fret. Remember last year, Max went from 17th to winning the race. Can he do it again? Absolutely. Um, given where Red Bull is, I wouldn't be suspected. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't. I would. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. They might actually just do a pit lane start for Max to figure out what's going on with the car. Yeah, no one's getting any sleep tonight in Red Bull. Right now, I'm looking at what you guys are saying. Yeah, no, I mean it's Max Verstappen. I mean we can. I mean we can hope and dream because this is Max Verstappen. So you flash McLaren, please Red Bull quality. No, yeah. Um, 15 minutes have been put on the board. Q2 will start at 15:30, so that's in about a minute. Again, you're listening to the Race Statistics channel. This is Grass with you. Totally shocked. The story right now: Max Verstappen has gone out in Q1, 16th. He's got a 5-place penalty. It's probably going to be a pit lane start with things going on. Yeah, sure. You can just deal with the Max fans in chat. I mean, you can take your gloat and be happy if you don't like Max. I mean, crying out loud. Again, 15 minutes on the clock for Q2. We're about any moment now going to start. Q2 has started officially. Here we go. Stream is lagging. There we go. So Albin and Sainz are going to be the first two onto track for Q2. Norris looks like to take ball. I mean, it's only Q1. Um, I'd wait again. He's got to get through Q2, and then we'll see in Q3. So it is really too early to say who will take pole. When Max fails, they blame the car. When he wins, they praise him. So between the driver and the car, but this seems to be the car. Burrow, DNS. Well, no, he did not qualify. He did not set a time in qualification, so it's not a DNS. Barlow will take part in the race tomorrow because they will likely allow has set a representative lap in practice and in during the sprint itself. So he's very much the car is being rebuilt as we're talking right now. Whereas Max? Max is out in Q1. Just I don't know. Something has gone wrong with the car. Albon Sainz getting their banker lengths on the board right away. 110.351. These are not exactly representative. Let's see, Sainz is a tenth off from the fastest sector 1 in Q1. So Albon has put a time on the board. Sainz has come into the pits. No, Max will not race from P16 on the grid tomorrow. That's the Inspector Seb is wrong. Max will be racing either P20 or a pit lane start tomorrow. I suspect pit lane start. Again, both Red Bulls are out qualified by the sister team significantly already. Well, Max back, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's not an issue. It's gonna make tomorrow's race really interesting with Max so far out of the way. See, I'm trying to see Hamilton starting a flying lap. So is Oscar. So is Leclerc. So everyone's on. So Bimman, Oscar, Leclerc, Hamilton on flying laps. Isaac on a flying lap. Here comes Alonso. He'll be starting a flying lap as well. Why would Max be starting for pit lane? Well, he's effectively P20 with the penalty. So there's no harm in he's last on the grid as it is. And now allow him to brake park for a minute and make changes to the car that they would normally not be able to. So Oscar did a 109.835, fastest second and third sector. Hamilton comes in P2. Leclerc comes in P4. He had started fast, but abandoned his lap. Behrman to the top of the board, 109.755. The Haas's are looking crazy today. Isaac up to P3 right now, 215 behind Behrman. Behrman right now top of the board. Oscar's only 080 behind. We've got Norris, Gasly, Stroll, Lawson, Alonso. Looks like Sainz and Hulkenberg on flying laps. Alonso just finished. Russell's starting a flying lap. Here comes Lawson, comes at P3. I mean, the Racing Bulls are in the top 10, top 5. We've got Haas, Oscar, Lawson, Isaac, and Alonso in the top 5 right now. If this holds, that's crazy. Gasly's a 7th. Gasly's been fast this weekend. Norris right now has not set a time, so is Russell, Sainz, Antonelli, and Hulkenberg. They're all on flying laps. Here comes Leclerc. This is actually going to be a flying lap. He goes 9th. Here comes Hulkenberg. He goes 11th. Norris right now. Norris goes P3. See, Oscar's on a slower lap. He's pitting. Here comes Sainz. Sainz has yet set a time on board. This is his first flying lap. Well, second, actually. He goes 13th. Teammate Albon is on a flying lap. Fastest first sector. He goes 7th out of the drop zone. Comes Russell. Russell and the last two have not set a time. Comes Russell right now. He goes 3rd. Comes Antonelli to the line. Fastest second sector. He goes 2nd. So with 7:20 left to go in this session, Behrman is top of the board. I'm really shocked. Yeah. I mean, like he's put the Haas on top of the board. This has been the place where Haas has shined. Their one pole comes here in Interlagos. Now, granted, a lot of weather was involved with that qualification that took place with K-Mac, but that took place here. Don't hate me, Charles Leclerc fans, but he was a moving chicane to everyone else when the weather came in. So that was another factor to why K-Mac got the pole. There is a document about changes. You gotta look at the documents. Let me see see if I can find the correct document for you. Yeah, you would look. I think document number 7, power unit elements used to driver right now is the document you're probably looking for. See if there's an update. Yeah, you're looking for document number 7 from this weekend about power units. So. Pasha, yeah, Newey has been working on the new car for. They're working on their new car for next year. I misread that. I thought you meant the whole year. Never mind. So we got 5 minutes, under 6 minutes to go in this session. Everyone's pitted at this point. What's going on with Kimmy? Some weirdness with Kimmy before going to the pits. Yeah, basically, there's changes you're not allowed to do, replacement of parts, whatnot, because the cars go into what's called parc fermé after each qualification. So yesterday after the sprint qualifying, cars went into parc fermé, and so you're not allowed to make changes to the car. So, like for example, you're not allowed to like put a wing on that is specific for quali, and then swap that out for another wing that's specific for the race. The setup you have for the car for quali is the same setup that you have for um, the race. Alonso, Hulkenberg, and Stroll right now are the 3 out on track. Ferrari sent out Leclerc, then Hamilton. Gasly's out next. P1 to P15 is only 717 is the gap. Hulkenberg is P14 by 1 with 1,000ths. Hamilton sitting in P10 is only 353 back. This is a wild session. I mean, Oscar's only 80,000 behind. Norris only 175 behind. Yes, it's qualifying right now. Again, we are in Q2, the second qualifying station. Right now, Hamilton is the driver at risk he's 353 back. Gasly's 11th, Stroll 12th, Leclerc 13th, Hulkenberg 14th, Sainz 15th. So those are the ones in the drop zone. Hulkenberg, is he going around again? I think Hulkenberg is going around again before doing his final lap. Yeah, Max is 16th, but he also has a 5 grid penalty drop as well. Come on. There we go. Who moved up? Is it Albon? No. Hulkenberg. I think Hulkenberg moved up to 8th. Okay, so Hulkenberg, I was delayed. Hulkenberg just didn't have a very good lap. He got to 8th at least. Clerk moves up to 3rd. So right now, Alonso is the driver with 246 back. I mean, like, Lawson, Isaac, Hulkenberg, Alonso are all within a 10th. Gasly's up to 102 behind P5. Hulkenberg is the driver at risk. He's 230 back. Alonso, Albon, Hamilton, Stroll, Sainz are in the drop zone. Sainz just pitted. I think that will be it for Sainz. Sainz abandoned his lap. Norris right now on a flying lap. Norris will go to the top of the board with a 109.616 is what it looks like. Fastest first and second sector for Norris. So right now, Hulkenberg is the driver at risk. 40 seconds left to go. Is anyone going to get around? Hulkenberg pitted. Alonso's pitted. Behrman is going to pit. Stroll is coming across. No, Stroll's pitting. What's going on? They're all pitting. I think we're done. Stroll not fueled. Hamilton comes across the line. He's going to be 13th. Albon is not going to make it. Yeah, this is it. This is such a screwy. What just happened here? They didn't make it across the line. I mean, Stroll could have gone. Wow, did they not fuel Stroll for another lap? Well, here we go. Alonso out, Albon out, Hamilton out, Stroll out, Sainz out in Q2. Yes, what happened to Max? Max didn't qualify well in Q1. He went on Q1. It's just a bad lap. Just couldn't get the time, particularly in that second sector. So we have Norris P1, Behrman second, Antonelli third, Leclerc third, Oscar is fifth, Gasly is sixth, Russell is seventh. Lawson and Isaac are in Q3. Hulkenberg is in Q3. I mean, the Racing Bulls are in Q3, and Red Bull went out in Q1. This is such a screwy day. I'm don't know what to tell you. This is just absolutely screwy. Hamilton about to come into pit. In a few minutes, we'll reset the board. We'll have 12 minutes for Q3. Again, no tire requirement in normal qualifying. Difference between Hulkenberg and Alonso was, oh boy, 16 thousandths. .016 was the difference between Hulkenberg and Alonso. And we're looking at a gap of was 369 versus 385. So less than 4 tenths was the difference between 4 tenths. We were under 4 tenths between two P11. Sainz only did 856 back. Stroll was 545 back. So this is tight. Can anyone tell me what happened to Max, please? Max did not qualify well. Went out in Q1. He's then going to take a 5 grid penalty place. He's going to drop back in the field. Difference between Norris's lap and Bammer's lap was 139. Antolin was 158. Clark P4 was 185. Oscar was only 219. And Gasly was only 241. I mean, that's a quarter. I mean, and then we got Russell 254. And that's a quarter of a second right there, P1 to P7. Yeah, Q2 was wild. Q3 will start at 15:53, so that's in about 4 minutes. Yeah, P17 last year. P20, P18. It'll depend on how they deal with Bortoletto. He may be back. It may be that Max is put to the back of the field, but because Bortoletto didn't finish, it's gonna be. It's either P19 or P20. It will depend on how they rule Bortoletto first. Bortoletto first or Bortoletto second, effectively. Again, for that reason, whether he's 19th or 20th, effectively, I see Red Bull doing a pit lane start for at least Max, maybe Yuki as well, because why not? He's 19th, so there's nothing lost there. Don't be surprised if Max goes plus 20 in position gain. It'd be plus 19. We don't have Cadillac on the grid just yet, so there's that. Got about 3 minutes to go before we start Q3. Again, who's in the top 10 is Norris, Bierman, Antonelli, Leclerc, Oscar, Gasly, Russell, Lawson, Isaac, and Hulkenberg. I don't know why you're saying poor Oscar. He got into Q3. – 12 minutes on the board officially now. No, 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 no. Oh, sorry, TKO. I clicked on you by accident. That was a mistake. Rating right now, we're about within a minute right now of Q3 starting. It's 15:52 right now. It's about the top of the. Right now, rating 12 minutes ago. Again, 147,949 subscribers on YouTube, so we got 51 to go to get to that 148 level. We'll most likely get that tomorrow during the race. Does Hamilton have a grid penalty? He does not. Look over you guys in Twitch chat right now. And we have started, Bierman and Hulkenberg are on track. Starting with the banker laps. Gasly going to be third. Is the track wet? No, track's not wet. Track is very dry at this point. Max says it was just bad. I could not push the car at all. The car was all over the place. Had to underdrive it a lot just to not have a moment. And of course, that doesn't work in qualifying. So you need to analyze what is going on, as I don't understand how it can be this bad. That is Max Verstappen for you right now as he went out in Q1. Again, right now we have, again, McLarens are in both cars in Q3. Leclerc is the only Ferrari, Hulkenberg the only Sauber, Gasly the only Alpine, and Bierman the only one for Haas. So. Russell and Hamilton impeding, looking like. Yeah, turn 11. So this would have been in Q2. Russell and Hamilton. Oh, no, reviewed, no further investigation. Looking at that. Bierman fastest first sector. Bierman fastest second sector. Bierman on fire. Norris has fastest third sector right now, but Bierman. That would have been a full purple lap. It was a full purple lap until Clerk took the fastest first sector. Bierman does a 109.977. See how that holds up. Bierman putting a line in the sand, going top of the board. One of the Hulkenberg comes second. He's 409 behind him. Yeah, an 18.1 was his time. Gasly's in that range. Lawson's in that range. Oscar's in that range. Leclerc's gone faster. Gasly's gone P2, only 184 behind. Antonelli's gonna start a flying lap. Here comes Leclerc. Leclerc goes to the top of the board, 109.899. That's only 78 thousandths faster. Here comes Norris. Norris goes fifth, 649 behind, fastest second and third sector. What is going on? It's a bad first sector for Norris. It's an 18.8. Fastest is in an 18, low 18. So right now we got Clerk, Behrman, Gasly. Oscar's at the top of the board, 109.897. We got 7 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in this session, so we still got a lot of time before this is set. The last two who have not set times as of yet are Antonelli and Russell. Antonelli right now is the fastest first sector. Teammate is a tenth off. Antonelli is a tenth, so they've flipped. Russell goes fourth. Antonelli right now coming to 14th to 15th at the end of sector 3. Antonelli goes fourth. So with 7 minutes left to go, this is where we stand right now. Oscar is on provisional pole. Leclerc is second. Leclerc is only 2 thousandths behind Oscar. Behrman is only 80 thousandths behind Oscar. Antonelli fourth, 105 is the gap. Russell fifth, 166. Gasly is 264. Lawson is 313. Isaac is 401. Hulkenberg is 489, and Norris is 651 back in 10th. Right now, cars are coming in, so I expect the last two are Russell and then I expect them to pit, and then we'll be waiting for another 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and then we'll start sending all the cars back out for that last hurrah. So there was a lockup in sector 1, and that's what basically killed that lap for us for Lando. 5 minutes 30 seconds left to go. I want to thank Total Motorsports for hosting us this weekend. That's total-motorsports.com. Great website, great resource for those who are wanting to stay up in the know. Again, you're listening to the Race Ticket channel. We are now 5 minutes to go in Q3, waiting for cars to come back on track for that last hurrah. As it stands right now, Oscar is on provisional pole. Clerk is second, two thousandths of a second behind him. Behrman is third, 80 thousandths behind him. And Antonelli is fourth, 105. And Russell is 166. So we're under 2 tenths from P1 to P5 right now. It's been tight the whole day. It's been literally we're talking like less than tenths. We're talking about hundreds and thousands difference between being in and out and positions at this point. Big story from Q1 is that Max Verstappen did go out in Q1, so did Sonoda. In Q3, we have the Racing Bulls instead. Max qualified 16th. He has a 5 grid place drop. It's how the rules are going to get applied, because Barloletto did not qualify at all, so he may be back after all of the grid penalties. Again, it's one of those, what's the order of operations? But given how that Max is pretty much back of the grid, they're going to make changes, and that's, I'm predicting a Parc Fermé break for Max Verstappen and maybe for Tsunoda as well. I cannot pronounce this person. They've got Cyrillic characters in their name, but he's basically saying that Max is overrated and has been gifted one of the fastest car on the grid. I mean, that's Guys is pointing out to me that air pressure is 95 millibars, so it's almost 100 millibars lower. So we should be around like 1,000 millibars. We're actually around 118. Red Bull had a good score at Mexico due to strategy, not because of car performance. So that's interesting. People are spamming chat again. Bierman, let's see. Bierman had a fastest. Oh no, not his best. Board is not accounting for. It's counting for previous. You got 104, 113 left to go. Clerk taking top of the board with a 118.021. Hulkenberg looks like Norris to the top of the board in provisional 119.51, 294 fastest. Who is here comes Gasly. Gasly's going to come across the line. And that's going to leave, I think, Russell Antonelli to cross. So here we are. Isaac is still on a flying lap. Gasly flying lap. Russell starting his flying lap. Here comes Antonelli. He's going to 30 seconds left to go. Starting flying lap. Where are we right now? Hulkenberg, Norris, Clerk, Behrman, and have Lawson comes in P4, 451 back. Here comes Oscar. He's not going to improve his time. Well, he's not going to improve. It improves the time, not his position. So P3. Isaac goes P4. Hulkenberg is going to pit. He's going to be P8. Behrman pits. P. Here comes Gasly. Gasly moves up to 8th. Clerk is pitting. P2. Last go lap. Currently P10. He goes to P5. And Antonelli's the last one. It's going to be close. And he goes to P2, only 174, and that is it. That is our qualification. Norris is going to be top of the board, 109.511 is our pole time. Antonelli is 174 back at P2. Clerk P3, 294. Not as it's still tight. We're still under almost half a second from P1 to P10. Oscar finishes 4th on the 2nd row. Isaac and Russell on the 3rd row. 4th row is Lawson and Behrman, and Gasly and Hulkenberg P9, P10. I want to thank everyone here who's been during qualification. What's going on with Twitch today? Just gonna close Twitch. I want to thank everyone who came in the Twitch chat. I want to thank everyone who's been in YouTube chat. If you're still here, I haven't thrown you out. That Monster Energy drink is doing its job for Lando. Oh, that's horrible. I want to thank again. I thank everyone here. We are going to basically at this point. Um, yeah, so we are. I'm sure they're doing plus 10 points. I don't know why they're doing. Oh, it's a fantasy. That's why. Moving on. Live timing is showing a fantasy stat. So, this is going to bring our coverage of qualification. It's been a wild qualification. Again, Lando top of board, Antonelli second, Leclerc third, Oscar's fourth, Isaac fifth, Russell sixth, Lawson seventh, and Behrman eighth, Gasly ninth, Hulk 10th. I mean the Racing Bulls out qualified Red Bull. To it right now, they basically noted all sorts of max delta time issues, and they're just basically just brushing them all off now. They're just to be expected. So that's if you're seeing race control commands. Yeah, they just did no further investigation. They did Hulkenberg and Leclerc delta time. They're brushing those off. All right, this is going to bring our close to our coverage for today. It's been wild, been crazy. People are out of place. Max is out of place. Will probably be a pit lane. It could be a pit lane start. I wouldn't be surprised if both Red Bulls are a pit lane start. I wouldn't be surprised if Barlow is a pit lane start. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild tomorrow. Potential for rain as well. Potential rain overnight. So for everyone here at Racing Tickets has been Crash. We will see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.